Good morning, everyone. It's Tuesday. We're in the city of Norco. We're going to get started on our new project. This has been an ongoing project here. We've actually worked at this property already. We did the entire front yard. Now we're going to continue work on the back. Eventually we're going to do the entire backyard, but we're going to take it in sections. Today we're going to be working in the planter areas. Let me show you guys what we're going to be doing. We're going to be cleaning up this raised planter bed here, grading it, getting it ready for plants. We're going to be running some drip irrigation in there. We're going to put in trees, plants, mulch, and get that ready. Eventually we're going to do artificial turf all in here and a playground area for the kids. We're also going to be working on this planter bed here. Same thing, this one's going to be an herb garden. We're going to repair the caps here, put in new caps with mortar, and run our irrigation in there. We ran a main line previously all the way back here, so that's our main line right there. We can just tie into that. We're going to set up the irrigation and get all this planted. We're going to be working specifically in these two areas today, and then on the side over here, on this other side, we're going to be prepping for concrete. We're going to put in a slab concrete. This is all in stages, so we're going to be working on these three sections. And you can see from previously we had planted this whole side here, but we're going to be setting this whole side up for concrete. We're going to be running a form off of this curve right here across to the wall, and setting up our rebar, putting in the drain, and eventually this is all going to get concreted in. So yeah, it's quite a bit of work. So we're going to get started. We're going to start by just cleaning up the planter beds and getting those ready, and then running all our irrigation lines, setting all that up. Once we have all that set up, we're going to set up plants, and then once the plants are set up where they need to go, we're going to put those in, finalize our drip lines, and get our mulch all in place. So stay tuned as we move through this project. So okay guys, as you can see, we're moving along here. We got all the soil turned here. We're just gonna grade now, get rid of all the weeds. We broke up all the soil here in this planter bed. Now we're just gonna grade it. We're gonna slope it up and away from the block. We want to leave space for mulch to dress up the flower bed, but yeah, it's already turned. We're gonna be moving on to the other planter here on this side here. Just clean. We got to start by removing all the trash out of here, and then once we have all the trash out of here, we can really start tilling into this one also. We're gonna do the same thing, basically just dig out the dirt, turn it, grade out the planter bed, and get it ready for irrigation, and go from there. Okay, so you guys can see we've already gone ahead and turned the soil in both areas. We're just working on grading, getting this leveled out. We have all our components for irrigation system already here. We're gonna start trenching for that pretty soon. We just have to finish the grading over here. We kind of already started leveling that out. Half of it is already graded. We still got to work on the other half, but it's moving along. We got this all ready to go. I'm gonna go ahead and pick up some mortar and a couple of caps to repair the wall here and get that looking good again. So we're gonna keep working and keep you guys tuned as we move through the project here. Okay, as you can see, we've wrapped up all our grading. My guy is just wetting this down so it compacts a little bit. We went ahead and left a little bit of space at the bottom of the retaining wall along the edge. Enough room for mulch, about 2 inches of mulch, 2 to 3 inches of mulch when we're all done here. Next thing we're gonna do right now is lay out our irrigation system. You can see the other planter beds also have been leveled out. We're gonna lay our irrigation system. These pipes here are from the old irrigation system that was here, but when we redid the front yard at this property, we eliminated that that line. Now we're gonna, and we actually ran a new main line to the backyard, so we stubbed up a hose bib there, and one just on the other side over there. You can see where it's tied in right there. We have another hose bib there. So we already have our main water line back here, so we're just going to tie into the main water line here, set up our valves right next to our hose bib, and run our irrigation. So we're gonna go ahead and get started with that now and keep moving along here. Okay, we've gone ahead and plumbed all our irrigation system here. As you can see, we have our 2 valves set up for our drip system. We're gonna have 1 valve that's gonna water just this planter bed here, and then we're gonna have another one that goes down, out, goes around, and it goes into that raised flower bed over there. We've already have our wire ran underneath. We have the spool there. We're gonna run it along the edge. We actually already ran our wire all the way to the backyard. We just have to take this one to meet our other wire, which is in that corner over there. Besides that, I've also gone ahead and left extra sleeves in here. We got 3 more for 2 additional zones and 1 for lights, if they want to add outdoor lights. We have them on this side, and they're taped up and stubbed up there, so they're always going to be there for access if they need them, or even just as an extra line. So right now we're just going to backfill and clean up, and that'll be it for today. Tomorrow we'll go ahead and lay out our plants, and then we can start with the planting. And then once we finish the planting, we'll finalize all our drip lines, and then dress up the flower beds with mulch, and that'll be it for this part of the project. Next part will be the concrete on the side and the artificial turf, all in the back here. So moving along. Okay guys, so we're all wrapped up here, at least for today. We got all the plants in, all the irrigation in. You can see this turned out really nice. We got a little bit of everything. We got native plants, salvia, fruit trees. Tomorrow we're gonna dress this all up with mulch. You can see our irrigation system's already working beautifully. You can see right there. Everything is working great. Every plant looks happy, even though it's hot out here today. Let me show you guys where we set up the irrigation. Here are the 2 valves for the irrigation right there. We have stub ups for future valves in case you ever wants to add another valve, and we have sleeves already underneath there. We're also going to be repairing these caps tomorrow. You can see we have our vegetable gardening through here. These little pots are kind of cute. Half buried in the ground, half not. These look great. So, and then tomorrow we'll just add our separation in here. We're gonna do 1 bender board separating at 7 feet, which will be this side here, and then 1 more at the end over there, and then we'll dress this whole planter up. It's gonna look good. So for today, that's it. This is gonna be it, I think, for this part of the project. They're still deciding whether they're gonna move forward with the concrete on the right side over here. As of right now, we don't have a confirmation for that, but basically we're going to be breaking this yard up into sections here. Coming off of this corner and back, we're going to be doing some sort of separation. This is going to be a playground. We're going to be moving the trampoline over to this corner, and they're going to be setting up a playground set there. It's going to be concrete all the way from here, straight line against the wall, and back that way, because eventually he wants to be able to drive a car back here, use it as extra parking. And then we're going to be separating this area. We're going to be creating a pathway off of the main patio here over to the playground. It's going to be artificial turf on both sides of that, and then we're going to be creating a seating area with the fire pit at the end over here. But those are future plans for now. You can see we got all our plants in. Tomorrow, once we dress it up with the mulch, it's going to make a big difference. It's going to look finished and beautiful, not like it doesn't right now already. So yeah, stay tuned. Good morning guys, it's Friday. We made it to our first stop here. I picked up my guy. We're at the landfill. We're about to empty out our trailer. We need to get rid of all our trash because we're going to be swinging by the mulch place right now to pick up that mulch so we can wrap up that job in the city of Norco. So step one right now is just going to be to offload the trailer. We're gonna get the tarp off of it and dump this out. So this is the Olinda landfill in Brea. I'm telling you guys, this is probably the best investment I made in my business over the last couple of years. So this trailer has really cut back on the time it takes me to dump. I can really get a lot more volume of trash and supplies in it, and it just makes life so much easier to push a button and not have to hand load and hand offload stuff. So it's been a real lifesaver. Now I'm just gonna drive it forward. Okay guys, so we made it to the mulch place. We're just waiting to get loaded. We're gonna pick up 4 yards of forest floor mulch. Just waiting in line. This place has a lot of materials, and they grind it all here on site. They take green waste on this side here, but they also make the material here themselves. See, they got a lot of stuff here. I go back into the office right now and pay the difference. I guess the guy charged me for the wrong material. It's just my luck. I seem to attract that kind of luck. I always get stuck behind the slowest person on the line. I always get mistakes made on my receipts. I don't know. I guess it's just my luck, but yeah, he charged me for the wrong material. Had to go back in line again, pay the difference so that I can get loaded, and I still haven't been loaded yet. Still waiting on them to load my material. So 4 yards, forest floor mulch. How difficult is that? Oh. Ahí va. Thank you, Don. Bien, bien. Ahora sí. Okay, so the guy's finally getting my material. 4 yards. 0 to 2. Okay guys, so we made it to the job site. This morning the first thing we're going to do is we're going to be putting in our bender board to separate the sections in this little planter. It's not going to take much. It's very narrow. It's about 3 foot wide, so we're just going to cut out two little, just kind of cut our bender board to 41 inches. I'm going to put it in our separation. You can see everything got water last night, so everything's looking good. And we have the mulch in the truck already, so once we've put in the bender board, we're going to start bringing in the mulch. So you can see the plants in the back. We're all doing pretty well. The only thing else that we're going to do here is before we start spreading out mulch is we're going to actually stake all the trees. Make sure that those have stakes on them and ties, because it does get pretty windy out here. So we're going to go ahead and take care of that today, and we'll show you guys what that process is like as we move through it. So the reason we're going to create the separation here is because we're actually not going to put mulch in this area, because since these are vegetables, these are herbs and little things like that, we want her to be able to plant and replant this without having no move the mulch around. These plants are a little more permanent, so these guys, it's stuff that she's going to be able to just pick out without having to turn the soil over. But in these areas where she's going to have turnaround, I want her to be able to I want her to just be able to put in new plants without having to move the mulch around. So that's the reason why we're creating a separation. So the mulch is actually only going to go in the center part, and those areas are going to be open. And we're also going to be picking up some tomatoes and some peppers to plant here on this end over here. So we're going to get to it. Okay, there it is. All the mulch is in place. Everything looks good. This is some really nice stuff. It's called forest floor mulch. You can see it all in through there. Okay, we're done with all the mulch. What we're doing now is we're going to be repairing the caps that were damaged. My guy's cutting the one cap to fit there. We got our spec mix already mixed, and we have one more cap here that's also been damaged. So we went ahead and removed it. We're going to reuse the same cap. We're just going to put new mortar mix to it and get it all dialed in. Plants are looking great. Mulch is looking good. I have stakes for the trees. Those are going to go in after we put in these caps, and we should be ready to go. Okay guys, we're all wrapped up with this one, at least for this part of the project. Let me show you guys what it looks like. You can see we got our mulch, all our plants in, everything's staked, everything's looking good. Fruit trees, our drip systems all in place. Nothing looks like it's struggling. Everything is doing good on the transplant. And then as you guys know, we have our valves over here. Everything's wired up already to the timer. Here's our little one part of our vegetable garden. We got some basil, some thyme, some epazote for all of you who are Mexican know what epazote is. We got some right here. We got some other plants in here. We got some mucle, salvia, or not salvia, aloe vera. We got some parsley. We got a sago palm. These little pots are, that's the way they're made. They're not really half buried in the ground. That's just the way they're made. And then she's got another space over here that she can add like peppers, tomatoes, anything like that. So that's what that looks like right there. And then on this side, We went ahead and removed the black mulch, and we added this forest floor mulch to match what's already on the slope. This was just removing the old mulch and putting in some of this forest floor, which I like a lot better. It looks a lot nicer. So that's what that looks like. Next part of the project is going to be the concrete slab on this side here between the wall and the existing sidewalk, and that's going to be in a few weeks maybe. And then everything's all picked up. Got my guy washing down. Everything's connected to the existing valve. We also did this grass here. In case you guys follow me on my channel, this grass we actually put in a few months ago, actually about 6-7 months ago. You can see how nice it is. It's really in good shape, not any no weeds in it. It's really thick and healthy. We also planted those plants along the steps and did all those lights and the grass on the other side. All the plants along here with the irrigation system. Everything is doing pretty well here. You can see how everything is doing well right there. The bushes, we got all the lights over there, and all the grass on that side. See how nice and green this grass is. So yeah, if you guys have projects like these that you need help with, feel free to give us a call. Check us out on Facebook. We're also on TikTok and on YouTube at California Green Irrigation and Landscape. Catch you guys on the next one.